Hey everybody, this is TyranitarNom, and this is a battle against Rocket Grunt from a forum I visit. It was a really close battle. I got afraid multiple points. So he starts out with the Metagross, and I figured with Metagross he'll probably use Bullet Punch or Meteor Mash. So sometimes I survive these depending on the EV spread, so I decide to Dragon Dance. And I get lucky and he goes with Stealth Rock, which, smart play. Uh, I would do the same. And so after the Dragon Dance, I get a speed boost, but he goes with Bullet Punch, which is what I expected. And my awesome defense keeps me from even going to half. So I Earthquake it, expecting a kill from a +1 Earthquake from a Tyranitar, which has 135 base attack, and it barely survives. I expected Focus Sash, but I guess he didn't have one. And he goes with another Bullet Punch and gets Reptar weakened a little bit, all the way down to the yellow. But I get a Crunch off and kill it. I chose Crunch there because it has a higher accuracy. I don't know, it has the same accuracy, but just in case he switched to a flying type, I wanted to get some damage on any switch-ins that he was thinking about. So then he goes into a Heracross, and Heracross is our boss if you can get a sub up. But thankfully, since I had the boost, a neutral Stone Edge with stab would kill it. So it kills it and gets a crit, just in case there was any doubts in my mind it would die. After the Shell Bell heal, I'm about around 50% health, and he goes into a Breloom, which once my Tyranitar is up, I have no idea what to do against these things. So I Earthquake, thinking it was neutral damage, but it's not, and it barely does anything considering it's not stab, even with +1. And then he Dynamic Punches, which hurt a lot and scared me a little bit. The good thing I thought was that since it hit the first time, there chances are it would miss the second time. So I go into what do I do? I go into, oh, and he has Toxic Orb, so it's a good one. I go into Infernape, figuring I'll be faster, and he switches out into a Dragonite, which is another Pokemon that I have trouble attacking. And I go for the Fire Blast and it misses, which bugged me a little bit because I would have been able to get a good chunk of damage off it. So I switch back out. And I go into Cryoswine, who at this point was Choice Scarfed. I don't know if you knew that, but it was kind of dumb considering all I used was Ice Shard. So the Choice Scarf was pointless. I probably should have Choice Banded, considering of how this works. So I live with 17 HP, and thank God he's neutral to Sandstorm. I'd be half dead. And it's got leftovers, which was a problem. And I get the Ice Shard off, which is double super effective on an attack-heavy Mamoswine, who's got Stab, and it still doesn't kill it. It doesn't even bring it into the red, which surprised me a lot. It showed it probably had maybe even a defense nature. Probably not. I'm just being stupid. Maybe I was just unlucky. But after that, it gets some health from leftovers, and it's significant. It gets confused, which is lucky. It's pretty much the only way I could survive it. And I go into Cradily, who is my boss, Cradily, and he was scared and runs, probably trying to get rid of the confusion. Goes into a Gyarados. I knew they're physical attackers, so I thought I'd start beefing up my defense and attack while he does anything. And I also know that since there's Sandstorm up, Cradily's got a half special defense boost. And then I leave, considering it's probably going to Dragon Dance. And while it Dragon Dances, it'll just be me lowering my speed, getting a higher attack. And he'll be upping his speed and upping his attack. So he'll be able to move first no matter what. And he'll probably get to trounce all over me. But instead he goes for the Waterfall, which is lucky for me. And I switch into my Skarmory, who takes neutral damage and takes about half. And then he Ice Fangs. He probably expected it to do more damage than Waterfall. Probably surprised him that it did less. And I put one layer of spikes up, hoping that it'll save me in the long run. And he goes for a Waterfall, and I don't think I die. Yeah, I survived with 25. Lucky me. And I roost, getting about halfway, half health, just barely into the green. Sandstorm keeps going, and he's got a Life Orb, I noticed. So at this point, I thought to myself that I should just keep roosting as he waterfalls, and if I get like close to the top, I'll set out spikes and roost again, and let Life Orb and Sandstorm kill himself. Because I don't know, I don't have anything that has an electric move at the moment in my party. I didn't pick anything, so Gyarados could have fucked me up. So I get back to around full health, and I knew his waterfall wouldn't 2H KO me at this point, so I believe I go for spikes again. So I don't even, but I flinch, so I don't get a chance to set off the other pair of spikes. And I think I roost here again. Get lefties. He waterfalls again, whittling me down. Still in the yellow, and then I roost, and he's barely alive, and Sandstorm will kill him. And Sandstorm was the god of this match. It kills his Gyarados, and you'll see it'll take other victims too in this long contested wall-filled battle. And then he goes into his Breloom, which scares me all the time. I hate Brelooms because they're just so effective on everything. And I go into my defensive wall, legit shiny Crown Beast event, Suicune. He doesn't have a very good nature, but I don't care. He takes a Dynamic Punch, and it brings him down to half health, which what I expected, even after Stealth Rocks. And but he gets confused, which hurt me. I knew he would get confused from Dynamic Punch, but it hit. And I was hoping he would hit through this. And he goes into a Seed Bomb, which doesn't do as much as Dynamic Punch, but would be more accurate. So I'm confused, and I hurt myself in confusion before I can get a rest off. And then the Sandstorm kills me. And even if it doesn't, he's faster, so he would have been able to attack me. So there goes Suicune. Does nothing this battle, but its history has shown it to still be useful. And I go into Skarmory, hoping to just quickly Brave Bird it before it can Spore me. Maybe it just doesn't have Spore. And he goes into Dynamic Punch, even though it says Spore. It goes into Dynamic Punch, I get confused, and I'm just saying, hope to God, please Brave Bird through this, and it does. It breaks through Brave Birds, and takes out this defensively frail Breloom, and I get Recoil. I'm in Dangerous Red. I've pretty much left Skarmory for dead. I don't think he can do anything else. Maybe get one more spikes off. Then it goes back into his Dragonite. And I'm like, oh no. He outrages, so I Death Fodder, hoping to get a lucky 2 Outrage Confusion instead of 3, which would kill me. And the other key was the Sandstorm kept him from healing himself. He would have been at like half health had I not had Sandstorm up. And so I go into Cradily, who I figured could take one, then I'd curse and be able to wall the rest of them. And he goes into 80. Oh no, I go into Rock Slide. That was right. Smart by me. By play by me in hindsight, as I Rock Slide, it barely survives, and Sandstorm claims its second victim. A key second victim. Everything that bothered me, the Sandstorm knocked out of the way. So I was considering using Tyranitar as my lead, and it's been working lately. So he goes into Absol, who I figured, what the heck, he'll probably Swords Dance, so I go into Infernape, hoping he'll Swords Dance, and then I'll be able to get off a quick Vacuum Wave for the win. And I don't remember what he does. I think he Sucker Punch, that's right. He tried to Sucker Punch and I didn't attack, so nothing happened. Both get Sandstorm damage, and then even after he's got such a good attack off on him already from Sandstorm, I Vacuum Wave and he doesn't die. This surprised me considering I'm fully special attack EV'd. So he Psycho Waves and I go down. I figured if he was going to get a Psycho Wave off, I'd go down. And so all I have left is Cradily, and I get the lucky Sandstorm kill, which saved me. Sandstorm claims